The mayor's wife, Eleanor Hartfield, was the heart and soul of Silverwood. As the mayor's wife, she attended every town event, from charity galas to school plays, bringing her infectious enthusiasm and warmth wherever she went. Her laughter was the melody of every social gathering, and her tireless work for the community was admired by all. But now, Eleanor lay in a hospital bed, her once vibrant spirit dimming with each passing day. It had started as a simple cold, or so everyone thought, but the illness quickly escalated, confounding doctors and specialists alike. Eleanor's condition deteriorated rapidly. Her skin grew pale, her eyes hollow, and her energy all but vanished. The hospital buzzed with a grim tension as the town collectively held its breath, hoping for a miracle. Dr. Thompson, the lead physician, had exhausted every medical avenue. "It's as if her life force is being drained," he said, frustrated and helpless. "I've never seen anything like it." Mayor Henry Hartfield was a broken man. He spent every waking hour at Eleanor's side, holding her hand, whispering words of love and encouragement, even as fear gnawed at his heart. The townspeople, who had long admired the mayor's strength and leadership, now saw a man brought to his knees by the uncertainty of his wife's fate. As word of Eleanor's plight spread, the town fell into a collective sorrow. Church bells tolled in silent vigil, and candles burned in windows, a testament to the community's unwavering hope. Yet day by day, Eleanor continued to fade. One evening, as the sun set in a blaze of orange and pink, casting long, eerie shadows through the hospital corridors, a stranger appeared. He was an old man, his clothes worn and tattered, a wide-brimmed hat casting a shadow over his weathered face. His eyes, however, were strikingly blue, and they seemed to pierce through the gloom with an uncanny clarity. The old man walked with purpose, his steps echoing softly against the tiled floor. He approached the nurse's station, where Nurse Williams, the head nurse, was updating Eleanor's chart. "I need to see Eleanor," the old man said, his voice firm but gentle. Nurse Williams looked up, startled. "I'm sorry, sir, but visiting hours are over. Mrs. Hartfield is in a critical condition, and only family members are allowed." The old man met her gaze, his blue eyes unwavering. "I know what ails her. Please, let me see her. I can help." Nurse Williams hesitated. The hospital had seen its share of eccentric visitors, especially given the mayor's prominence. Yet there was something about this man, something in his eyes that spoke of ancient wisdom and deep knowledge. Against her better judgment, she nodded. "Follow me." They walked down the dimly lit hallway, the old man's presence an odd but comforting shadow. As they reached Eleanor's room, Nurse Williams paused at the door. "Please, don't get the mayor's hopes up unnecessarily." The old man nodded. "I understand." Inside the room, Mayor Hartfield sat by Eleanor's bedside, holding her frail hand in his. He looked up as they entered, a mixture of confusion and desperation in his eyes. "Who is this?" The old man stepped forward. "I am someone who knows the old ways. I believe I can save your wife." Desperation outweighed doubt, and after a moment of hesitation, the mayor nodded. "Please, do whatever you can." The old man approached Eleanor's bedside and reached into his coat, pulling out a small, intricately carved wooden box. He opened it to reveal an assortment of herbs, vials, and a small, glowing stone. Placing the stone on Eleanor's forehead, he began to chant in a language that no one recognized. The room filled with a soft, warm light, and a gentle breeze seemed to circle around Eleanor, lifting the edges of her hospital gown and making the machines hum with a harmonious resonance. "For what felt like an eternity," the old man chanted, his hands moving gracefully over Eleanor's body. Slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, color began to return to her cheeks, and her breathing, which had been shallow and erratic, grew steadier. Mayor Hartfield watched in awe, his heart pounding with a mix of hope and fear. The transformation was miraculous. Eleanor's eyes fluttered open, and she looked around, dazed, but undeniably better. "Henry," she whispered. The mayor rushed to her side, tears streaming down his face. "Eleanor, you're awake." She smiled weakly. "I had the strangest dream." The old man packed his items back into the wooden box and turned to leave. Nurse Williams, finding her voice, asked, "Who are you?" He paused at the door, looking back with a twinkle in his eye. "Just a healer who remembers the old ways. Take care of her. She will need rest and love." With that, he was gone, leaving behind a room filled with wonder and gratitude. Eleanor's recovery was swift. Within days, she was back on her feet, her old vibrant self. The mayor and the town were eternally grateful to the mysterious old man, though he was never seen again. Life in Silverwood slowly returned to normal, but the story of Eleanor's miraculous recovery spread like wildfire, becoming a legend that would be told for generations. Weeks turned into months, and Silverwood thrived under the renewed vigor of its beloved First Lady. Eleanor continued her charitable work with even greater zeal, her every action now imbued with a deeper sense of purpose. The townspeople, inspired by her miraculous recovery, came together in ways they never had before, strengthening the bonds of community and compassion. Yet, the mystery of the old man lingered in the back of everyone's minds. Who was he? Where had he come from? And how had he managed to heal Eleanor when all modern medicine had failed? One day, as Eleanor was tending to her garden, she found herself thinking about the old man. She remembered the warmth of the light that had filled her hospital room, the soothing sound of his chant, and the calm reassurance in his blue eyes. She couldn't shake the feeling that his visit had been more than just a fortunate encounter. It had been a sign, a reminder of the magic and mystery that still existed in the world. Determined to learn more, Eleanor began to investigate. She spoke with elders in the community, delved into Old Town records, and even ventured into the nearby woods where folklore and legends abounded. What she discovered was a rich tapestry of stories about healers, shamans, and wise men who had roamed the land in ancient times, using their knowledge of nature and the old ways to heal and protect. One story in particular caught her attention. It spoke of a healer named Aamon, a man of great wisdom who had lived centuries ago. Aamon was said to have possessed a glowing stone with the power to heal the gravest of illnesses. He traveled from village to village, offering his healing to those in need, but always disappearing before he could be properly thanked. Eleanor felt a chill run down her spine as she read the description. Could the old man who had saved her be Aamon? It seemed impossible, yet the similarities were too striking to ignore. She shared her findings with Henry, who listened with a mix of amazement and skepticism. "Do you think it's possible?" he asked, his brow furrowed in thought. "I don't know," Eleanor replied, her eyes distant. "But I do know that we were blessed by his presence, whoever he was. And maybe, just maybe, there are things in this world that we can't fully understand." As the years passed, Eleanor's story became a cornerstone of Silverwood's heritage. The old man's visit was immortalized in books, songs, and even a mural in the town square, depicting the moment when hope and magic converged to bring Eleanor back from the brink. Eleanor herself never stopped searching for answers. She continued to explore the mysteries of the old ways, learning about herbs, natural remedies, and ancient healing practices. She established a small clinic in town where she combined modern medicine with traditional methods, offering holistic care to those in need. The clinic became a beacon of hope, attracting visitors from far and wide. Eleanor's legacy grew, but she never forgot the old man with the blue eyes and the glowing stone. She kept his memory alive in her heart, a reminder of the miracle that had saved her life and the boundless possibilities that lay beyond the realm of the known. And so, Silverwood thrived, its people forever changed by the extraordinary events that had unfolded within their town. They lived with a renewed sense of wonder, grateful for the magic that had touched their lives, and ever watchful for the next miracle that might come their way. In the end, it wasn't just Eleanor who had been healed, it was the entire community. And as they looked to the future, they did so with hearts full of hope, knowing that sometimes the most extraordinary solutions come from the most unexpected places. एक आशीर्वाद। मेयर की पत्नी का चमत्कारी इलाज एक दिलचस्प कहानी है जो सिल्वरवुड नामक शहर की मेयर की पत्नी एलेनोर के आसपास घूमती है। जब एक अजीब बीमारी यूज़ अपने चंगुल में ले लेती है और सभी डॉक्टर्स हाथ उठा लेते हैं, तब एक रहस्यमय बूढ़ा आदमी आकर अपने पुराने इलाजों से चमत्कार कर दिखाता है। यह कहानी सिर्फ एक व्यक्ति के स्वास्थ्य पुनर्वस्थापन की नहीं, बल्कि एक पूरे शहर के आशा और विश्वास की कहानी है। ये दिखाता है कि कभी कभी जीवन के सबसे आश्चर्यजनक समाधान सबसे अप्रत्याशित जगहों से मिलते हैं।